Batman Arkham Knight has been highly anticipated both by Batman fans and people who just love open-world action games. The last game, Batman Arkham Origins, wasn't as good as people expected and actually had a different developer, which played a big role in the game's outcome. Rocksteady has returned to create the final Batman game in the Arkham series. But does it bring any new improvements, and does it make open-world gaming fans happy? Let's find out in the Batman Arkham Knight review.
You won't find him!
You think I didn't know you were tracking my broadcast location? Here's a lesson, Batman. I know how you think, which means I know how to beat you.
The Arkham Knight game takes place 1 year after events from Arkham City, where Batman still struggles after his battle with the Joker. Unfortunately, Scarecrow teams up with a new villain, the Arkham Knight, and brings terror back to Gotham with a wave of fear gas, forcing an evacuation of the city's 6 million civilians. It's now a city full of criminals, and the police force can't stop it. It's not just Scarecrow and Arkham Knight. They bring in the Penguin, Two-Face, Harley Quinn, Firefly, Poison Ivy, and the Riddler to destroy the Dark Knight permanently. It's not easy being Batman.
Miss me?
The Arkham Knight villain is a new rival to Batman, whose dedication to killing Batman is incredibly eerie. He's vengeful, but patient and calculating, much different from the Joker.
Always defending the weak and the helpless. That's what I like about you. Predictable. And that's why we're gonna win. We know your move before you do. We know how you think!
Do you know what I'm thinking right now?
Of course. You're thinking, who the hell is this guy?
The Arkham Knight game manages to bring a lot of incremental improvements. The world is significantly bigger. Rocksteady has claimed that it's actually 5 times the scale, and you can see the difference both on a macro level and a micro level. Viewing the game from maps and flying around the city, there's so much more to explore. And then when you're actually running around or driving, there's tons of little detailed niche areas. It's perfect for the new vehicle edition. You know what vehicle I'm talking about.
Cannon operational. Riot suppressor engaged.
Yeah, the Batmobile. I can't believe we went 3 Arkham games without a Batmobile. Driving is incredibly fun and offers a different variety of transportation compared to gliding around the city. It's a great dynamic between speeding on the ground versus flying overhead. Of course, we've all seen it transform from a transportation vehicle into a tank for combat, which adds even more variety to the gameplay. The only big negative that everyone seems to be complaining about are the jumping puzzles involving the Batmobile. Jumping puzzles are rarely fun, and this really seems like filler and a way to add more Batmobile-related content to the game. It's very contradictory. Although it's nice that the Batmobile has diverse moves, the purpose is to drive fast and blow stuff up. Adding puzzles takes you out of the core gameplay.
Keep them coming!
If there's one thing the Arkham series is known for, it's the combat. The same tactical and methodical combat returns with a few new tweaks and gadgets. There's surprise multi-takedowns for when you want to sneak up on several enemies. You can chain combos across multiple enemies. The variety of enemies are also improved, as some are harder to kill, such as medics. And you get a performance report after every event, which always encourages you to play just a little bit better. A lot of the same atmospheric elements are also still present. The criminals with casual banter while you lurk in the shadows, radio communication with Batman's team, Batman's exposition statements, and plenty of detective work.
Now I've waited long enough. Batman dies. Tonight.
Scanning communications for voice print match.
Let's not forget that this is the first next-gen Arkham game, and it doesn't disappoint in the graphics department. When Rocksteady upped the scale of the city, they also upped the detail. Environments and especially weather effects are really good and keep the immersion factor high. Another great detail that the series was already known for are the faces. During cutscenes, facial detail and motion are highly believable, which along with the great voice acting, keeps the cinematic feel. You can easily forget that you are playing a game. And of course, the Batmobile looks glorious. They nailed the movements and transformations. The way the suspension and drifting handle make the Batmobile appear like a fast, technologically advanced vehicle. The sense of speed you get is reminiscent of a Need for Speed game, but with much more control over maneuvering. The voice acting is fantastic, but it's also the same voice actors we loved from the previous Arkham games. Kevin Conroy returns as Batman, and he's played Batman for several years now, so he really has the role down well. And John Noble is menacing as the Scarecrow.
You're not dying, it just feels like you are. My toxin is filling your lungs, drowning you in your greatest fears. What can you see? A city engulfed in fear, betrayed by those you trust the most.
They really tried to pack in as much as possible for this Arkham game. There's so many villains and each of them get their time in the spotlight. But Batman's not alone because there are plenty of sidekicks. Robin, Nightwing, and Catwoman fight alongside you, and it's great to see them fighting side by side. There's even team takedowns, which are more for fun than practicality. As with any open world game, Arkham Knight will keep you busy with plenty of replayability. There's tons of side missions and even a new game plus. The main story will take you about 12 hours to beat, and then there's probably about 40 hours of total gameplay for completionists. Arkham Knight is a solid game, and I don't think anyone had doubts leading up to the release. It has action, fun, drama, and don't forget about the Batmobile. For those who played the previous games and aren't sure if you want to jump back in, there's plenty of new experiences to keep you busy. Let us know if you think Arkham Knight was a good game, and if you think there's potential for a possible new series of superhero games from developer Rocksteady. Leave a comment down below and subscribe to the Skilled YouTube channel for more game reviews.